There's a professor at Rutgers right now. She just went on a show, The Root, and this Rutgers professor was pontificating about white people, about race and society, and to cut to the chase, she doesn't like white people very much.
I think that white people are committed to being villains in the aggregate, right? The real sort of issue here, and I've heard people sort of say it, is one, I think that white people viscerally fear. It's not that white people don't know, right, what they have done. They know. They fear that there is no other way to be human but the way in which they are human, which is to, so, like you talk to white people and whenever you really want to have a reckoning about it, they say stuff like, it's just human nature. If y'all had all of this power, you would have done the same thing, right? And it's like, no, that's what white humans did. White human beings thought there's a world here and we own it. Prior to them, Black and brown people have been sailing across oceans, interacting with each other for centuries without total subjugation, domination, and colonialism. I do think that all of us can sort of agree that a politics that says like there are superior and inferior human beings just isn't the way to go. And that's the thing that white people don't trust us to do because they are so corrupt. Their thinking is so morally and spiritually bankrupt about power.
It's wrong to say that some people are better than other people, that's wrong. And you know who does that? Those corrupt, evil, villainous, smelly, dirty, rotten, awful white people. All those horrible, disgusting, filthy, cockroach white people, they say that some people are better than others. Man, I hate those white people. That was awful. So from the historical perspective, what this lunatic is saying is just not true. She's saying that before European colonization and exploration, Black people, untouched by the evil white man, had been sailing across oceans and living in some sort of Edenic paradise. None of that is true. I know they say Christopher Columbus discovered America. Some people say it was Leif Erikson, but I don't think anyone is claiming that someone from sub-Saharan Africa who had never met the evil, awful white man actually discovered America or something like that, right? So that is not the case. And that if they had, they would not have engaged in colonialism or imperialism or anything. Everyone would have lived in kumbaya. That's not even true in Africa, right? I mean, what is at the heart of this crazy racial politics is the slave trade and colonialism and imperialism, as she's alluding to. We'll get to that in 1 second. First, though, I am thrilled to introduce a very, very timely app that you are going to want to get this very second. Get Upside. What is Get Upside? Get Upside allows you to make up to 25 cents for every gallon of gas every time you fill up. You download the free Get Upside app in the App Store or Google Play right now. You use promo code Knowles, Knowles. You get a bonus 25 cents per gallon on your first fill up. That means up to 50 cents cash back per gallon. Do not pay full price at the pump anymore. Get cash back using Get Upside. Download the app for free and use promo code Knowles, Knowles, to get up to 50 cents per gallon cash back on your first tank. Some people who drive a lot are making as much as $200 to $300 a month in cash. There is no catch. The cash gets right added to your bank account. It can be put through PayPal. It can be put through an e-gift card for Amazon or other brands. Super simple. Don't leave money on the table. Download the free Get Upside app. Use promo code Knowles, Knowles, to get up to 50 cents per gallon cash back on your first tank. That is code Knowles. Where did that slave trade come from? Did it come because the white man showed up in Africa and then just threw a big net on people and just took them away? No, there was a pre-existing slave trade in Africa among Africans. A lot of it was controlled actually by North Africans, but there was a huge slave trade in sub-Saharan Africa. There still is slavery in Africa to this very day. So historically, that doesn't make any sense. But whatever, who cares? I mean, this lunatic professor who probably shouldn't have graduated high school is now teaching students. I'm sure she has advanced degrees, and she's pushing the same kind of ridiculous racial nonsense that goes back to this professor, Leonard Jeffries. You sometimes hear this from people like Nick Cannon or other black nationalist types, that the white people are villains, they're just evil, they're just so corrupt, they're spiritually bankrupt. and the black people are good, and the white people are the ice people, and the black people are the sun people. I mean, this kind of craziness has actually been taught for a number of decades. But my point is actually even outside of the academy. My point is this, on a political level. We are told that white people are the absolute top of the privilege hierarchy. They are the oppressors. They can do no wrong. They get all the special privileges. We are told that men are the very tippy top. We are told that straight people are the very tippy top. We're told that cisgender people, people who know what sex they are, they're at the very tippy top. And yet, could you say these sorts of things in public about any other race? Of course not. You could not go out and make a bunch of disparaging comments about black people and call them villains and call them murderers and call them evil and spiritually bankrupt and corrupt. You couldn't do that. You would be ostracized. You'd be certainly fired from your teaching job. You'd be ostracized. You might be charged with some kind of hate crime. You couldn't do it about Asian people. You couldn't do it about Hispanic people. You can only do it about white people, because what we are told is that white people are the most powerful, dominant group in the whole world who can get away with anything. But in fact, they're the only race of people that you're publicly allowed to and actually encouraged to criticize and taught that should be abolished, right? We need to abolish whiteness. We need to eradicate whiteness. Obviously, you couldn't say that about any other race. Same is true on sex. You're not allowed to criticize women. You are almost obligated to criticize men. Same is true on sexual desire. You're not allowed to criticize homosexuals or polyamorous people or transgender people or you're not allowed to raise any question about these things that could get you criticized, banned, ostracized, charged with a hate crime. But you can do that to straight people. The reality of hierarchy in the country is radically different from what we are told the hierarchy is, according to the intersectional left, critical race theory, the gender ideology. It's actually the opposite. Did you like that clip? I liked that clip as well. I liked that you liked it. If you want to get these notifications, you've got to ring the bell and subscribe. You still probably won't get notifications because some people around here don't particularly care for our show, YouTube. But you can also subscribe at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, wherever you get your audio podcast. Subscribe to The Michael Knowles Show. Click that button. Maybe leave a 5-star review. We'll see you next time.